So finally, we arrive at the cellar. So the first thing that you will probably notice behind me is this big tower that's protruding from the cellar. That's actually very central to our whole way of thinking about making wine, and very central, of course, to our cellar. So that tower is also the feature that gives our farm or our cellar its name. The tower actually means the Toren in Dutch. So the reason for that tower is that we were the first winery in South Africa to produce wines using 100% gravity-fed cellar. And that's how we utilize it. So in that tower, essentially, you've got a big goods lift with a tank on it that can go up 3 stories and it can go down 1 story. So wherever you need to take wine in the cellar, you'll actually just use it through the lift inside that cellar. But first things first, so we've talked about a lot in the vineyards, how we go through a lot of processes to actually grow that perfect berry. And now it's time to start making wine. Now, of course, we think the moment that the berry arrives here, that's when the winemaking process starts. Not true. The winemaking process actually starts the moment that you cut the berry. Even before that, the most important decision, and I always joke and say they keep me on for 12 months of the year to make a decision around about 20 times a year of when to harvest. I think that's a really, really important question that you've got to ask yourself. When is the berries ready to be picked? Now, we've got a lot of analysis. So we do something called berry sugar loading. We do our normal analytical analysis. We look at phenolic ripeness. We actually do phenolic testing on its own. For me, the question is answered much more with a feeling. So it's when the berry actually speaks to you and say, I'm ready to go. So what we're looking for is complexity. Now, complexity is not something that you can necessarily see in numbers. The numbers does give us a lot of information into where we are in that whole process. But complexity is something that you can feel and taste and actually sensorically experience. So because we've also got this bountiful of variance in the soils, all of the little different elements in the vineyards will get expressed at slightly different times. So that's what we do. We isolate all these different little parcels. We will go and taste them and analyze them separately. And when we reach the peak of complexity, that's when we will actually harvest it. Now, very important, a grape is not a climateric fruit. So the moment that you cut the bunch from the vine, that is the best that that grape bunch and that grape berry will ever be. From there, you actually just start losing. So if you're going to allow that berry to sit in the sun, the temperature on the outside of that berry in a hot winemaking country like South Africa will almost go up to as high as 65 degrees Celsius. So there you start burning away all your flavors, all your aromas before you even start making wine. So very important for us, the moment that we cut the bunch, within an hour, we want that bunch placed in a cool room that we've got built here at the Toren. From there, during the course of the day, we will then take each of those bunches to a selection table where we will have 21 critical control points, essentially 21 people that will make sure that each and every berry is perfect before it goes into the winemaking process.